Hi guys, welcome. Today I decided to do my card reading outside because we're having a lovely snowstorm at the moment. It's going to ice shortly, so that'll be a delight. So I've got two piles for everyone today. This is pile number 1, and it is Divine Reflections. And then this is pile number 2, which is Discernment. So I'm going to let you guys tune into the cards. This is pile number 1. This is pile number 2. Just use your intuition to pick the pile that is right for you. Okay, so pile number 1, you are divine reflections. Our triggers are our teachers. We are all mirrors of each other. So the cards that I pulled for you are time skip. There's a purpose in the way things unfold. At a deeper soul level, this is understood. And then infinity and beyond. Love exists beyond all places and realms. This feels to me kind of like there is a ability for you to take a large leap in consciousness, for you to just like go from like one place to another, especially with this stillness that we are, like we're in the darkness of the season, right? Like we're in January. I know that, you know, the new year is like right now, but that has never made sense to me. I've always felt like the new year should have been in March. As far as I'm concerned, we're in the darkness of the world. We're in that void state where we can shift things and change things and just like create something new and have it be completely different than it was before. And I'm feeling like you can just like leap to another reality. Like it's just easier right now. It is going to require you to decide in your mind. Now we have the 5 of Cups, the 6 of Wands, and the Star card upside down. So what I'm getting from this is things that didn't work in the past, things you really wish that would happen, and like they didn't come to fruition, and you're kind of like sad about it. And I don't feel like everything didn't work. It was just like a few things didn't work. Some things, yes, you know, you got the trophy, you got the thing, whatever, but there were some things in your heart that didn't work. But that is right next to the Success card, the 6 of Wands. And it feels to me like when you're in full alignment, it's going to work. Like it's just a slight energetic shift that needs to happen. Like the reality of the success, the reality of everything working, it's like it's literally right next to the reality where, oh, it didn't work. Like they're so close together, right? You just like, with like a breath, you could switch to the other one. So let's allow ourselves to do that right now, right? Like with a breath, we just switch to the other one. That's why I got the time skip card and the infinity and beyond, which has a spaceship on it. You can literally blow yourself into the life that you want to be in. But first, I feel like we really need to talk about like connection. Connection is really important. Hold on, let me feel what I'm noticing. Notice what I'm feeling. Yeah, doing the thing that you want to do with more connection, making sure you have that eternal connection within yourself first is what is going to allow you to have success on the outer realms. Because it's like, if you just achieve the success for the success, it's like there's like this emptiness in it. You know what I mean? Like that's not what you actually want. You want to create the thing, but you want to do it with that connection, that purpose, like it has meaning, like it matters. You know what I mean? And we're living in like a modern day society here, and so many things, they like don't matter. Or at least it makes us feel like they don't matter. And what I'm getting from these cards is they really want you to make plans, decide on what you want to do. The 3 of Pentacles. From this place of connection inside of you, like this deep like connecting into your core. And I also pulled the Seer and randomly the Mirror card. So what you see inside of you, you can make it real. And you have to tap into what is true inside of you, what feels so solid. Okay, like this is bringing up another thing. Like when I talk to my intuition, when I talk to my higher self, it's getting cold out here. When I talk to my higher self, I am I feel very solid inside. You know what I mean? Like, I feel so, like, in my core, like, ugh. I don't know how to explain it. And they're showing me, like, they want you to tap into that core feeling and, like, take your action from that place. We're in a society where, like, people are always like, oh, take action just for the sake of taking action. Do this, do that. And, like, getting all of this information from outside of you. And it just feels like the guides are like, no. Like, this whole thing is internal. And, like, when you get the internal state right within you, everything outside of you is going to work. It's going to make sense. You're going to be like, this was so easy. This was so easy. Like, why didn't I see it? I literally just had to do what I wanted to do. I literally just had to do what I wanted to do. And what made me feel expansive and happy and solid inside, right? What if we weren't trying to create outer success? What if, reflections, judgment card, like, what if we just weren't trying to create that outer success just for the sake of success? Like, that's not what we actually want in our soul. That's not what we actually want in our heart. Because then we achieve the thing and it kind of feels empty. It's like, well, why were we doing it? Like, what was the point? And what I'm really wanting, I feel like what this reading is wanting you to see with the seer and the mirror is, like, reflect, look back and be like, did you actually want that? Was that actually in alignment with your values? Or did you just think, was it like a hollow or like an empty thing? Because I feel like what they're trying to say to us is, give your fears less weight. Give your fears less weight. What if they were literally just like an indicator? You know what I mean? What if you just allowed, the devil card means fears. What if you just allowed that to just be like, oh, that's interesting. That's an indicator. And what if you just, like, moved through it, held the mirror up to the fear and just looked at it for what it actually is, which is just like a little gremlin. Just a little gremlin sitting on your shoulder. And he's just not that important. He's just a gremlin. Like, whatever. It doesn't need to be this, like, big, fuzzy thing. And what if you tapped into your, like, true desires, your true like, what you actually want? If you tapped into what you actually want, then you do it in the way that you actually want to do it. And that would create fulfillment. And that would create expansiveness. And then you would be excited to do it. And then you'd show up and do it every day because you want to do it. Because this thing that gives you joy, that gives you expansiveness, that makes you happy, right? And then it will take off. Then it'll take off when you are behind it. What if it didn't take off because you weren't behind it? What if it didn't work because you didn't actually want it to work? Because you didn't actually feel fulfilled from it, because you weren't actually in alignment with what you really, really deeply wanted, right? That's very annoying. I do feel like it is highlighting what I'm saying. Alright, I also pulled the Floral Feminine Code, Celebration, Abundance, Devotion, and Venusian Rising, New Frequencies, Fantasies, Libra Energy. Alright, this feels like softness, feminine energy, being in your body, nurturing, being in water, doing these, like, slower sort of nurturing things. They're going to allow you to get in touch with your body. When you get in touch with your body, then you're going to be, like, able to feel that, like, ecstatic excitement, that ecstatic pleasure, like, in your body. You're like, oh, yes, I want to do this. Yes, I want to go there. And it's going to feel like this overflowy, happy, joyful sort of, like, overflow within your heart. And it's very easy to take action when you're in that overflow. So I feel like this reading is all about reflection on, what wasn't in alignment, what didn't work, what do you actually want, like, why is that, what actually is going to provide you for emotional fulfillment. Even just changing the questions around for, like, what would give me the most emotional satisfaction? What would give me the most connection? What would give me the most joy? Those are completely different questions than, how do I make this work? How do I be successful? Like, successful in what way? Like, let's define success. Like, how would you feel if you had success? You would feel connected. You would feel joy. You would feel this deep sense of, like, fulfillment. And when I was talking to my intuition yesterday, I said, what is the purpose of life? And what came up with was connection. It was like connection with others. And so today I was like, Mom, do a YouTube video because I love connecting with you guys. Like, doing YouTube videos is like the delight of my life. I don't know why I don't do more of them. But yeah, so ask yourself, what makes you feel connected? What makes you feel divinely sublime? Because that you can do endlessly, and that will bring you great joy and happiness. All right, pile number 2. You all picked the discernment card. And the cards that I chose for you all are bigger picture, zoom out. A shift in perspective is needed in the moment to gain clarity around a situation that you feel stuck on. The pictures on this card are Polaroid pictures. And the next 2 cards are sacred masculine and dark feminine. You are the chaos of creation. You are the alchemist. And with sacred masculine, remove your armor. There is no shame in your vulnerability. I'm just going to let you look at these cards. Whoop. Okay. Okay, so what I'm getting from these cards is you've been doing the same thing for a while in the exact same way. And like, it's just like this habitual sort of operating in a certain way all of the time. So I feel like doing things in a feminine way is more of like an idea maybe you've been thinking about recently, or you've been starting to like contemplate, how could this be easier, how could this be more flowy. But the way that you maybe have been operating or have been thinking of things is maybe in like a slightly more masculine way. And there's nothing wrong with that. Both ways are valid. Both ways are great of doing things. But it is feeling to me like it's like too much. Like it's not fully aligned with your innate nature. And I do feel like you should do what feels good to you, what feels aligned to you, and what your like body actually wants to do and how your body naturally wants to operate. Let me talk a little bit more about that. So, one of the tenets of feminine energy is being in tune with yourself, honoring your body's needs, honoring if you need to be nurtured, honoring if you need like sensualness, if you need stillness, if you need contemplation. Like the feminine is the yin element, right? It is the darkness. It is the stillness. And so I am living in an American capitalist society currently. I don't know where you are tuned in. Put it in the comments where you're tuned in from. I mean, I can see on my statistics, most people are UK, Australia, and America. But it'd be fun if you were from somewhere else. Although I love you all from, you know, all these countries. But what I want to say about this is, like, I currently personally am living in a society that is only praising and valuing like the masculine hustle type, and it is not like valuing and honoring the nurturing feminine part, and both are important and both need to be in balance. And I do feel like we are swinging back more to honoring the feminine, and I'm like so excited about that. I can't even tell you. And what is coming through in this reading is really like honoring your body. Like, what do you want to do? You know, something I just really realized this morning is like, I don't really want to eat in the morning. Like, I've been eating in the morning because we're told we have to eat in the morning, but like, why am I doing that? You know what I mean? So the message for you is, what does your body actually want? My body doesn't want to eat for like 3 or 4 hours. It's fine. I want to eat in the second half of the day. Totally okay. Also, the first half of the day is like a very yin time for me. I want to spend time with my cat. I want to have my morning tea or my coffee or whatever it is that I'm doing. I want to reflect. I want to journal. I want to contemplate. Like, I have no desire to like get in this action stuff that we are told in our society. The reason why I'm bringing this up is feel into your body. Like, what does your body actually want to do? Are you doing the thing because you feel like you should, or because it's your natural expression of who you really are, of what lights you up and what makes you feel good? Like, really feel into your body. So important. The other thing we have is the kingdom of heaven, ethereal quartz source energy, heaven on earth, the fertile heart, receptive, eyes wide open and then covered. And she's holding a heart and it's on fire. And there's another heart that seems to be on like green fire here. And it just feels like honoring your heart space is going to open the kingdom of heaven. Honoring your deep desires, what you actually want, how you actually feel, is going to allow things to unfurl in like the most divine way. Because like, what are you doing if you're not enjoying it while you're doing it? You know? Like, it's like, enjoying feeling that like decadency and that deliciousness in the moment is going to bring like that beautiful connection and joy that you're looking for. The joy is not found in the attainment of the goal. The joy is found in the everyday of building up to it. So the next cards I have are the Explorer, the Goat, and the Moon. And when I move into these cards, like, what does your heart want to explore? What feels delicious and exciting for you? What feels really good? And the goat loves to be on the top of the mountain. The goat likes to like oversee the whole entire situation of what's going on in the valley. So taking like this overhead perspective. Oh my god, that's hilarious. That guy was skiing behind the car. That's great. I am gonna go sledding after this. So from this higher perspective, taking your intuition into account when you're in the higher perspective. So it's having more of this balance between the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine. And with the Explorer card, I'm really feeling like maybe you could explore different ways of doing things, different ways of seeing things. Maybe you could rearrange things or like do a test. And you're like, okay, well, for these next few days, I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to do this, 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 and this, this, this. And what I am feeling is like if you shake up that pattern, it is going to, you know, give you some new insights and some new vantage points. And then you're going to see, okay, like I really like this, but I really need to change this in order to honor myself. Okay, so instead of collapsing and being tired and just like zoning out, some higher perspective reflection would be really helpful. All right, for the tarot cards, we have the Justice card, the Devil card, the Ten of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. So, right after the Ace of Wands, we have the King of Pentacles. You do have really good ideas, so either money ideas or ideas of different ways to do things in the physical or different ways to arrange things, because the Pentacles are all about the material realm. And, you know, this might be some people in your life that are not very helpful. Maybe they make you feel drained or sad after you're with them. Like they really just bring your energy down. It's time to just like let them go. You know what I mean, with this World card. So a revalue of your relationships and having the courage to be like, these are not nourishing me. I really strongly feel about this reading that nourishment is kind of like what's important here. So what is nourishing you? What is not nourishing you? You know, we have the Ten of Cups here. Are you afraid that if you put some of your tasks down that you won't have everything that you need? And the answer is getting a bright new idea from, you know, being the explorer and seeing things differently is going to allow you to make new choices, and then you can stop doing these things that are actually draining you and actually not helping you. And we have the Page of Cups here in the Tower. So what this is making me think of is what like playful fun things can you do that can like just allow you to break these chains and break these shackles of the past, these things you've been holding on to that you have been thinking, or that all these like shoulds. I feel like there's so many shoulds going on, and like they're from other people. Other people have told you you should do this and you should do that. You know, but the Queen of Pentacles, she knows. She knows what she should be doing and what she shouldn't be doing, right? You are in your power. You do know. And have some spontaneity. Have some courage. Do some things to completely shake up your routine that you wouldn't have thought before. And I think that can bring a whole new like magicness and perspective into your life. Because I feel like you're needing some new energy, some new zest, some sort of new like invigoration, and shaking things up, looking at things from a higher perspective is going to do that. And as you shake things up, tune into your body. Really, really, really tune into how you feel and the messages your body is giving you, because that's going to help you rearrange everything. And your feminine energy isn't going to feel so depleted and so tired. And another thing feminine energy needs is like playfulness and fun and like doing things like just for like no reason. Like you have no end goal in mind. Like you're just doing it for the pleasure of it because it's fun and you enjoy it and you don't need another reason to like, you know. And my camera died. So as I was saying, you don't need a reason to do something. Like everything you do doesn't have to have an end goal in mind. Like everything we do doesn't have to be, I'm going to achieve this or I have to be productive. That is like it's too much energy in the masculine. Every time we do something, we're like, but is this productive? Like, but I'm eating this because, you know, I want to get something from it, or I'm doing this activity so I can be productive, so I can be this, so I can be that. And the feminine energy just invites you to like tune into your body. It was like, what feels nourishing, what feels good, like just because, you know what I mean? Just doing something for the pure joy and delight in it, not because it's going to get you anywhere or do anything. So that was the last part of the messages that I wanted to bring through, is to just be in more of that like delight energy. So I have been doing gei shui on my face at night. So I got some castor seed oil and some rosehip oil and I mix it together and I'm doing the gei shuiing and I just love it. Like I'll put ASMR on one computer and then on my iPad I'll put the gei shui so I can like follow along and I mute the gei shui. And just like doing that, it's so nourishing. I just love it because it's just like I'm just relaxing. I'm like being in my body. I'm feeling how it feels. Like I'm noticing my skin and like just gently, you know, pulling the skin because I got like facial cups too. And yeah, like I'm just like doing it because it's delightful, like not for any other reason. Like I just like enjoy it and it feels like so good. So yeah, just I invite you to do things that make you feel amazing and good. And last but not least, this is moss. I'm just gonna see the moss who's sitting on the heater because outside it's now sleeting. All right, guys, I'll talk to you all later. Bye. Okay, today's cards were brought to you by a Compendium of Witches Oracle, Divine Oracle. We have the Cosmic Pearl Oracle, which Twinkles agrees with, Children of the Cosmos, and then this new deck that I got that I just love. I think it's called Phantom, right? Right, Twinkles. All right, guys, I'll see y'all later. Bye.